orange and gold stripe. And I'll be doing the play-by-play. I'm Bob Segsworth, and joining me to provide his expertise and to cover my gaffes is Jimmy McPherson. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Play's just underway. We're in the first minute of the first half. The officials for tonight's game in the middle, the referee, Angelo DiPaolo, and on the lines, Joey Presta and Angelo DiPaolo. Bob Gonco, the sweeper. Out to Robert Scarcelloni. Scarcelloni chips it forward, looking for Mario D'Agostino, heads it back. Scarcelloni is there for Team Toyota. John Martelli for Team Toyota, playing it back to Todd Damon. Damon to Martelli, through to McTaggart. McTaggart, challenge there. And coming forward is Castillo to Pisani. Sindori looking for that through ball. It's through, but offside indicated by linesman Pietro D'Angelo. Jimmy, are you noticing anything in terms of formations, attacking styles this early in the game yet?
Well, only thing I could see, I think the Toyota is playing a 4-3-3 formation, and I reckon C.S.Italia flooding the midfield by putting 4 in the midfield, 4-4-2, playing 2 up front.
Martelli to McGregor.
I bet it.
Nicolucci, challenge there, loses the ball. Played forward to Fabiani. Fabiani challenged, and a whistle by referee DiPaolo. Free kick taken by CS. Vocaturo coming forward. Vocaturo to Castillo. Castillo looking into the middle for support. Chipped forward. And possibility of something there, but I believe that was Sindori. Couldn't get a good shot on goal, and Scarcelloni ended up with a relatively easy save. Headed forward for Toyota. Back, however, is Frank Anselmo. Challenged by Mario D'Agostino. Into touch, and we'll have a throw-in awarded to Team Toyota. Jim, so far the CS seems to want to press, and as we notice here, we see only two front runners.
Exactly.
They've got the 4 halfbacks
They're
midfield.
They're actually playing for the break. They've got 4 men in midfield, and they're playing for the break. C.S.Italia normally plays with the long ball, hoping to catch the defense square or catch them well up and then get through. But otherwise, they play very sticky at the back. They run at you all the time, and they keep pressing at you all the time. They don't give you a minute to rest.
And they have quite a sniper, I gather, in number
Umberto?
Yeah, Umberto Pisani.
Yeah.
Who has been amongst the goal-scoring leaders all season. Very quick.
He's a hard man to pin down. Very hard man to pin down because he's very fast in the turn, and he'll shoot from any position.
The referee making sure that the replacement ball, which has been brought into play, is satisfactory. And we have Renato Nicolucci, the long throw-in into the box. Anselmo, Vocaturo, Lorioro and Turner there for Team Toyota. Palladino to Nicolucci. Palladino once again recovers. Rob McTaggart. McTaggart with a long shot. Well high. No problem there. And that was from about 35 yards out. Keeper for C.S.Italia this evening is Terry Usiltalo. If I remember correctly, Jimmy, he won the goalkeeper's award last year.
Last season, yes. Well, he deserved it because he played some real great games, and he kept his team in lots of games. He was really outstanding last year. And he's doing well this year too.
On the goal kick, Castillo looking for Fabiani on the near wing. Fabiani running onto that ball, but it's into touch, and we'll have a Team Toyota throw in. Owen Turner, no, leaves it for Todd Damon. Damon for Nick D'Agostino. Vocaturo gets ahead to it and into touch once again. John Martelli for Toyota. To Rob McTaggart. McTaggart challenged from behind by Castillo, comes away with the ball. Sindori there. D'Agostino coming forward for Toyota. Mishits that pass, but McTaggart is there to intercept for Team Toyota. Plays it out on the far wing. Cut out there nicely. And an infraction indicated by the referee on that challenge on Danny Palladino, and we'll have a free kick awarded to Team Toyota. And the original game ball is back in play. Been returned from the neighbor's house. Rob McTaggart with the free kick here. Toyota lining up on the edge of the 18-yard box. Drilled in. Chance here for Martelli, but he chips it. Perfect three-pointer in football, but absolutely useless in
I think
soccer.
he would have been able to take that down 1 minute and hit it with his left if possible. He had lots of time there in which to put it anywhere other than a top over crossbar. A wasted chance, actually. And these ones come back and haunt you.
Well, if anything, that's been one of the real problems that Toyota's
Yes,
had, is their
yes.
ability to finish.
They've been good up to the 18-yard line, and they seem to fail from the 18-yard line on.
Frank Anselmo with the goal kick. Owen Turner gets ahead to it. Pisani controlling. Plays it to Centauri, back to Pisani. Fabiani there. Scarcelloni on the far wing. From his fullback position. Has time. Plays it to sweeper Bob Gonco. Gonco challenged. Plays it for Palladino. No, Nick D'Agostino, excuse me. But CS is there to cut that ball out. Looking for Fabiani. Challenged by Damon. Nicolucci. Fabiani gets to it. Here's Sindori. Sindori has some support on the far side. And cleared over the goal line by Todd Damon. But again, we're seeing CS coming forward, pushing the ball through and trying to run on. No evidence thus far, Jim, of offside trap or
Nope.
anything like that by Toyota.
I think you're going to see them going to organize themselves a wee bit better to beat that long ball.
Martelli challenged once again into touch. And we'll have a throw-in awarded to Team Toyota. Todd Damon going over to pick up that ball. Get play underway. We're about 8 minutes into the first half of this senior men's game. No score thus far, C.S.Italia and Team Toyota. And offside indicated by linesman Joey Presta. Nick D'Agostino making a run onto that ball, but offside and whistle down. So we'll have a free kick, indirect, awarded to C.S.Italia. It looks as if Frank Anselmo is playing almost a sweeper role tonight, Jim.
He's been playing that in the last 2 or 3 games, and he's very fast in recovery. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but he's very fast in recovery, and that's why I guess the coach has put him back there, and he's doing a real good job back there.
And this is Castillo for CS. CS looking for a head in the box. Running onto that, was I think Tony Nero, but unfortunately it forced C.S.Italia over the goal line and a free kick. Bob Gonco there for Toyota. McTaggart chips it forward. But Anselmo there with a long high clearance. Gonco gets ahead to it. Mario challenged by Pino Vocaturo, and we'll have a free kick awarded to Team Toyota. Should point out that one of the things we've commented on in other games, Jim, is the relative lack of keepers, and I understand that Croatia Adria has come up with a dandy. I was told that in recent games he's just been absolutely superb.
Yeah, Fabio Olivio has been really done great things for us in the last 3 games he's played for us, and we're even lucky enough to have another goalkeeper in Jaizu Morozwensky also, so he's playing fullback, who's playing outstanding there also.
And Usiltalo off his line quickly to cover up that ball and remove any chance of a shot by Nick D'Agostino for Team Toyota. And I also understand that Toyota's picked up another keeper. Bill Skrabek, who played senior soccer for years, has decided to come out of retirement. Went up to the Sioux tournament to play with Team Toyota and got injured, but hopefully he'll be back shortly.
Yeah, Billy's a wily veteran, and he knows the game, and he'll be an asset to the Toyota club.
Palladino to Martelli. Martelli looking for Some support, plays it back to Todd Damon. Damon plays it back for keeper Scarcelloni. And Marino Scarcelloni. Taking his time, plays it out to Roberto Scarcelloni. Robert, challenge there, Sindori and Scarcelloni. And an infraction indicated by
Obstruction.
the linesman. Pietro D'Angelo agreed to by the referee, and we have an indirect kick. Wasted effort, miss hit. Nick D'Agostino on the far wing for Toyota. Pushes it through for the middle, but it's overrun. Offside indicated by linesman D'Angelo. Free kick taken quickly. Palladino pushes that ball through for Nicolucci, but Frank Anselmo was there, and there's that speed you were talking about, Jim.
Yeah, and he read the play correctly, and that's all you need. A sweeper that can read the game behind there. That's the man you need. A wee bit of speed and a man that can read the game.
Long throw by Nicolucci. Tried to flick on D'Agostino, but Vocaturo is there with the clearance. Looking for Fabiani. Fabiani and Damon challenging. Damon gets ahead to it. Owen Turner there. Fabiani. Owen Turner. To Damon. Damon plays it back to sweeper Bob Gonco. Gonco taking his time. Scarcelloni looking for Nick D'Agostino. Mario D'Agostino recovers. Control. Palladino chips the ball through looking for Nick D'Agostino. And cleared once again. Into touch by sweeper Frank Anselmo. And again, Jimmy read the play.
Yeah, that's his job. That's the last man's job. He has to be there and know when to go and know when to stay. And he's done a perfect job up to now.
Rob McTaggart with the throw in for Toyota. Into the middle, cleared away. McTaggart with another throw in for Team Toyota. Mario D'Agostino, but Sindori is controls on the far wing, challenged. Into touch and a throw in awarded. Sindori. CS. Nicolucci plays it square. Castillo coming forward for CS, plays it through, but Todd Damon is there, plays it back to his sweeper Bob Gonco. Martelli can't get ahead to it, and we'll have a C.S.Italia throw in. Taken by, I believe, number 5. That's another one of the Scarcellonis.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them on the field this evening. Pino Vocaturo challenged by Martelli. Infraction indicated by referee Angelo DiPaolo, and we'll have a free kick to be taken by C.S.Italia from the midfield area. Vocaturo for Castillo. Into the box. Sindori tries to get up at it, but Scarcelloni is there, and it's played back by Rob McTaggart to his keeper. Marino Scarcelloni to Nick D'Agostino. Nick D'Agostino to Mario D'Agostino. Renato Nicolucci in midfield. Changing the field of play. Todd Damon. Challenged by Fabiani. Todd Damon coming forward with the left foot to D'Agostino. Good dummy there. John Martelli coming forward. Tries to put it through for Mario D'Agostino, but keeper Usiltalo off his line gathers that ball up. And Mario D'Agostino was well shadowed there by Frank Anselmo on that play. Nick D'Agostino once again for Toyota. Flicks it in for Mario D'Agostino. Back out on the far wing. Nick D'Agostino there controlling the ball. He has some support. Looks for the cross into the middle. Martelli is there. Makes the move, but can't get through. And Scarcelloni plays it forward to Sindori. Sindori challenged from behind. And referee DiPaolo whistles down on the infraction.
We're not getting the usual build-up that we usually see from Toyota up to yet. They're a little slow in starting. And I think it's because the C.S.Italia seems to be on top of them as soon as they get the ball.
Palladino on Castillo. Palladino on Castillo. Plays it back there for Scarcelloni. Into touch. That's Cataldo Scarsoloni for C.S.Italia. Todd Damon for Toyota with the throw in to Palladino. Palladino challenged immediately, but comes away with that ball. Takes the shot. Keeper Usiltalo is in good position, body behind the ball. And the clearance. Over the touchline, and Team Toyota with a throw in. Todd Damon. Infraction indicated on the throw in, and we'll have a C.S.Italia throw in return. And those kind of mistakes should never be made by senior soccer players.
No, that's one thing that you see time and time again, and it should never happen.
Scarsoloni, Palladino for Toyota. Vocaturo there challenging. And it's a Toyota throw in. Martelli in the middle for Palladino. Palladino challenged by Vocaturo. Palladino coming forward. Throw in awarded to C.S.Italia by linesman Joey Presta. Played back to keeper Terry Usiltalo. Usiltalo with the clearance. Damon. Palladino and into touch by Cataldo Scarsoloni once again. One thing, Jim, the play is really quite choppy thus far.
There's nothing really, nobody's making a good build-up. Everything seems to be happening in the midfield area.
Palladino on the near wing with the cross. And Nicolucci gets his head to it.
Nice cross.
And substitution indicated by linesman Presta. And going on is Carlo Giro and Scott McCoshen, it appears, number 21. Coming off, number 26, Mike Cassidy. And number 14, that's Roy Fabiani. So McCoshen will be up front. And Giros will be playing in midfield for C.S.Italia. McTaggart looking for Martelli. Scarsoloni to Castillo. McTaggart is there. Challenged by Castillo. Clears the ball through and into touch once again. One of the differences I noticed, Jim, in this game between what we saw in the Hawks tournament with the team from Germany is how relatively rarely we see the field of play being switched.
Yeah.
In Canada, or at least in the senior men's league, as compared to what we saw the Germans doing.
Yeah, the FC Stein would pull the defense over to one side and then suddenly switch the play completely and catch the opposing side all on the one side. And
Turner.
It worked lots of times.
And tackle there by Nicolucci on Giros, and a free kick awarded to C.S.Italia by referee Angelo DiPaolo. CS moving players forward. Nonetheless, they still keep their back four basically at midfield, so they're only moving 7 men up for this free kick opportunity. Anselmo chips it through. Gonco gets ahead to it. Scarsoloni off his line quickly, gathers the ball in. Scarsoloni with the long clearance. And again an infraction indicated by referee Angelo DiPaolo. CS player in the back of Mario D'Agostino. And so we'll simply reverse the exercise, Jim.
Yes.
This is another thing, the difference that we noticed is that our team seemed to want to take a great deal of time setting up the set plays.
Yep.
Whereas on the free kicks, the Germans and others were...
They were very quick. They didn't take much time. In fact, there was always 2 or 3 fellas around the guy who was taking a free kick, and he had options of where to go. And they were very quick. We do tend to take time to take free kicks here. I don't know why, but I prefer to get it away as quick as possible, catch the opposing team unawares.
Well, I see that keeper Scarsoloni must have been outside the 18-yard box
Yeah.
in handling that ball. And so we have a free kick awarded to C.S.Italia, potentially dangerous. This time they have 8 players in the offensive zone. I see several moving for Anselmo moving back, so only 7 players forward. Toyota has the wall set up. Blast here by Castillo. Cleared by Damon.
The free kick was not able to pierce the wall put up by Toyota. It was a nice low shot, but it didn't pierce the wall at all.
Looking for Martelli, but keeper Usiltalo with support from 2 of his defenders there. Usiltalo, long clearance. Robert Scarsoloni for Toyota, gets ahead to it. CS into Giros, and Giros just puts it into touch. Well, we thought it was going into touch, but Sidori controls. Challenged by Scarsoloni. Throw in awarded to Toyota, taken quickly. Nick D'Agostino brought down there by Tony Nero. And the referee not happy with that. And awards.
I think he's awarded a free
Throw
in. Throw in, yeah.
Must have been another throw-in error on the part of Toyota because CS has the ball. Promptly puts it into touch. And we'll have another Toyota throw-in. So far, as Jim was commenting earlier, not much in the way of flow of play. The occasional opportunity at each end, but not much in terms of one team controlling or dominating.
What's happening is the midfield is flooded and there's not much room for anybody to move at all.
Giro's coming forward for CS. He's got some support this time. Plays it forward for Pisani. Pisani running onto that ball, but keeper Scarsoloni quick off his line. Manages to get down, get control of that ball for Toyota. And on the clearance, Mario D'Agostino to Nick D'Agostino. Anselmo there, into touch, giving his teammates an opportunity to get back. And it seems to me, Jim, that what CS is trying to do is to prevent a goal being scored against them.
Yes, and just playing for the break. Playing for the break and get a quick break, get a goal, and they will regroup and probably try hold on to the goal if they do get the first goal. Which is not always the best policy. But as you say, that's 4 men in the midfield that they're playing with is actually a very defensive setup.
So we have Team Toyota with the throw-in. It'll be Rob McTaggart for Team Toyota. Some movement now by the Toyota players into Martelli. Martelli flicks into the 18-yard area. Scarsoloni to Palladino. Chips it back into the middle looking for Martelli. Martelli can't get ahead to it. But Martelli maintains control of the ball, plays it back to Nicolucci in traffic to Martelli. Martelli coming through. Good play, turns and shoots, and it's off the leg of Frank Anselmo. So we'll have what I think is our first corner of the game.
Maybe the second one. Second one, I think we have had one already, which was early, very early in the game. But I think we've had just the one. This is the second one now. And this is where Toyota is potentially dangerous because they've got lots of big fellas up there.
Well, they've moved several of their taller fullbacks forward, flicked through on this side. That's Martelli. Martelli plays it out to Todd Damon. Giros is there. Vocaturo gets a foot to it. Scarsoloni. And Rob McTaggart in midfield plays it back to sweeper Bob Gonco for Team Toyota. Plays it to Ray Nicolucci, too hard off the chest. Nicolucci couldn't control it, but Gonco is there as CS tried to come forward. McTaggart on a good dummy. Plays that ball down the far wing for Mario D'Agostino. Challenged by Frank Anselmo. And it looks as if we have.
A call for obstruction, I guess.
They're going to award an indirect kick. Just on the edge of the 18-yard
Yeah.
box near the goal line. So once again, another opportunity. This is even better than a corner.
Then the corner kick. Yep.
Keeper Usiltalo off his line quickly. Brings that ball down for Sindori. Daniel Sindori tries to chip it over the head of Scarsaloni, and in doing so puts it into touch. Rob McTaggart looking for Mario D'Agostino. D'Agostino has it. He's challenged there by Vocaturo. And a corner kick indicated by...
I think he's given a goal kick.
Well, the referee's overruled his linesman.
I guess.
And that happens frequently. The referee's decision is final.
He is final. That's the man there in the middle. And I couldn't see the linesman, so I didn't see that point if he'd given it or no. But he pointed to the 6-yard box, so I guess it's a goal kick.
Substitution indicated once again for CS. Looks like Fabiani's coming on, and this time Fabiani will be playing in a fullback position. Tony Nero coming off. And it looks this evening as if manager Nick Nero is also a coach and trainer of the C.S.Italia team.
Carlo Cirillo, I think, is out of town this weekend. I think he's in Toronto. I was talking to him Thursday. I guess he's gone for the weekend.
Should point out that Nick Nero does an enormous amount of work just to keep the side going from year to year.
He's Mr. C.S.Italia.
Bob Gonco quickly there looking for Nick Nero, but Anselmo gets ahead to it. Giros can't maintain contact, and it's Nicolucci for Toyota. Nicolucci trying to line up that right foot. Challenge, Martelli challenge, but Fabiani with the ball. Looking for Daniel Sindori. Good control there to Pisani. Challenged. Vocaturo. CS into the middle. Number 13, Renato Nicolucci, the captain of Team Toyota, to John Martelli. Martelli plays it back to Todd Damon. Challenged by McCaution. Palladino there. Challenged by McCaution. And an indirect free kick indicated by the referee on that challenge. Scott McCaution on young Mr. Palladino. Into the middle looking for Mario D'Agostino, but Frank Anselmo gets ahead to it. Throw-in indicated by the referee. Rob McTaggart there for Toyota. Scarsaloni moving into the box for Toyota. They've got some height in there. Challenged by Giros and Pino Vocaturo, but Todd Damon to Palladino for Toyota. Lays it back to Nicolucci for the shot. From well out, low shot, but not too much power and wide of the net.
One thing I have noticed, the Toyota has not used the height that they've got. Most of their free kicks have been quite low, and some even their corner kicks have not been the usual height that they've got. They've got Mario D'Agostino out there. They've got 4 or 5 guys that say about head and shoulders taller than the whole defence in the C.S.Italia. Now they've got another big fella going on now in Campanola.
And he'll be replacing John Martelli, and Marino Di Giacomantonio is on, replacing Rob McTaggart. We've got about 15 minutes left in this first half of senior men's soccer action between CS Italia and Team Toyota. No score thus far. And neither side has really demonstrated an enormous advantage in terms of control of play or scoring opportunities thus far. Gonco there. Giros comes forward, plays it forward. And Castillo, I think, was a little concerned about being called on the offside.
Yeah.
Didn't break on that ball. Scarsaloni with the clearance. Campanolo can't get ahead to it. Anselmo, Di Giacomantonio is there, being bothered from behind. Anselmo off to Giacomantonio. Giros is there. Cleared forward. 4 Toyota defenders back, 2 C.S.Italia attackers. And McCaution called. He was on Renato Nicolucci. Have a player down. I don't know if that's Frank Anselmo or not. I see
Yes,
Terry.
it's Frank Anselmo. He got maybe an elbow in the nose or something there when he made his tackle to clear the danger.
And the referee is indicating it's time to bring the trainer on, but
They got themselves organised now, and I think must be a nosebleed he's got.
and just making sure that Anselmo was okay, nothing too serious. They bring the old water bottles out. It's amazing what water seemed to do for a number of players and a number of teams over
The
the
magic
years.
sponge is just going to be administered right now by the referee. Surprising you what that can do to you.
Well, that was one of the things I did notice about the German team too. When they went down, and you thought it was the death knell, and we were ready to carry them away, and then very quickly they were up and
It's all
100%.
part of the game there. It's all part of the game. You have to make sure that you're going to get it. And here sometimes they get up too quick. You sometimes tell them to stay down sometimes because you will get that free kick. It's part of the game. Some people call it gamemanship, but it's all part of the game.
Well, certainly it's more common with European, South American sides than what we see over here.
Definitely.
I don't know whether it's the hockey mentality over here.
It's more physical here. Yeah. It's more physical.
Gonco for Toyota. Campanolo, good move there. Coming forward, plays a beautiful ball off the left foot. Shot on. Usiltalo with the first save, and the second shot by Mario D'Agostino. High and wide, I believe. And so we'll have a goal kick. But nice play between Campanolo and Nick D'Agostino there.
Nice 1-2 play. All he needed was maybe a little toe compared to try to blast it and burst the net. It doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it goes in. That's the criteria.
We have another substitution for Toyota. Renato Nicolucci taking a break, and Rob McTaggart back in. Fabiani there, challenged by Campanolo. Off Campanolo and into touch, and we'll have a C.S.Italia throw in. With about 11 minutes left in this first half of senior men's soccer action from Queens Athletic Field. Giacomo Antonio there, Vocaturo trying to control. Into touch, and a throw in awarded to C.S.Italia.
And when you see about substitutions, you see both benches. There's 2 in one bench, and there's 4 and 5 in the other bench. That could make a difference in the last 20-25 minutes in the game, because it's very humid out there, and it must be taking a lot of strength away from some of these C.S.Italia players, and of course the Team Toyota. But they have the bench strength there to work with.
Form a caution, pushed from behind by Damon, and referee Angelo DiPaolo whistles the play down immediately. We'll have a free kick from just outside the 18-yard box. Carlos Giros coming forward. But again, CS, four players back, taking no chances of sudden counterattack, I guess.
Nothing at all. There's a big hole right in the midfield here, and nobody there.
That's Sindori. And again, a wonderful field goal, but they don't count in this sport.
Not this one, no.
And so we'll have a goal kick to be taken by Team Toyota. Keeper Scarcelloni picks it up, lets his players move forward, long clearance, looking for Campanolo. Campanolo flicks it to McTaggart. McTaggart challenged by Giros, and free kick awarded to CS. Pino Vocaturo for CS. Taking his time. Letting his 7 offensive players move forward. Long ball. Damon gets ahead to it. And Sidori allows it to go over the goal line. Takes the corner kick, excuse me. And again, unlike Toyota, CS doesn't move their taller fullbacks into
You would
the
think they would
18-yard
switch him
box.
around to get some height in there.
Vocaturo finally coming up from his fullback position. Keeper Scarsoloni positioned extremely well, came up well, hauled that ball down. And one of the criticisms of Marino earlier in the season was that he couldn't hang on to the ball, the high balls in the air. But
I heard they've been working on him at practice, so I guess they've really worked him hard, and it's paying dividends right now.
Well, the other thing I noticed is that those catcher's mitts that were he was wearing at the beginning of the season are gone, and he's just playing in his bare hands.
And I think he feels a lot better and safer handling the ball without them, because I don't see the point of using gloves at this stage, at this time of the year. If it's wet, I agree with him.
Well, we have a yellow card indicated by the referee, Angelo DiPaolo. I think it's on Pino Vocaturo for the challenge on Todd Damon there just a moment ago. And CS now looks like he's trying to play some sort of offside trap. Rob McTaggart coming forward. McTaggart, Mario D'Agostino on the near side for McTaggart. McTaggart challenged and pushed, but Pino Vocaturo concedes the corner kick. And Team Toyota. And here we'll see some of their taller fullbacks moving forward. Owen Turner's up, Scarsoloni's up. Campanolo's on the edge of that 18-yard box. Mario D'Agostino. Only 2 players back for Toyota. And keeper Usiltalo, that's a little too close to the keeper.
Inside the 6-yard box, it should be a keeper's ball all the way, especially in the air.
And Usiltalo off his line, gathered in, clearance. Scarsoloni is there, clears it with the head to Damon, who plays it back to his keeper, Marino Scarsoloni. Quickly out to Todd Damon, being challenged to sweeper Bob Gonco. Gonco gives that ball away to Sindori. Sindori coming forward. Had a man coming up on the overlap on the far wing, but maintains control, pushes it for Castillo. And we have a yellow card once again, I guess this time on Rob McTaggart, indicated by referee Angelo DiPaolo. That's 2 yellow cards in the last 5 minutes or so, Jim.
Well, it won't be a longer half time, and so maybe they'll cool down a wee bit and they break.
Toyota with the wall set up. I believe five-man wall. Giro and Castillo there. Over the ball for CS. And we'll see what they can do off this set play. Potentially very dangerous. Just outside the 18-yard box. Keeper Scarsoloni directing traffic, moving his wall. To Jack Antonio. And another 3-point effort, except this time a little wide of the mark.
And he also got underneath the ball instead of over the ball. That's why it went skywards.
What I don't understand here is that we aren't seeing much in the way of imagination on these set plays.
Nothing at all, no.
And another substitution for Toyota. We have number 15, Martelli, back in, and Dino Cacciati coming on as Danny Palladino and Nick D'Agostino take a break. Gonco with the clearance. Campanolo for Cacciati off the referee. Giros pushed off the ball by Campanolo, and we'll have a free kick awarded to C.S.Italia. Pino Vocaturo there. And again, lots of time being taken. We have only about 5 minutes left in this first half. No score between C.S.Italia and Team Toyota. Scarsoloni gets ahead to it. Fabiani is there, chips it forward. Offside indicated by the linesman. That's Sindori caught on the offside as Team Toyota fullbacks move forward. Gonko for McTaggart, flicked on. Campanolo here. Chance, but Anselmo for CS, controlling. Placed it on the far wing, an infraction indicated by the referee on Campanolo once again, and so we'll have a C.S.Italia throw in. Or excuse me, free kick.
Angelo DiPaolo has really put his mark in his game. He's made sure there's nothing, no nonsense happening, and he's just kept very good control of the game.
Well, it's better than what you were telling me about happened earlier today, Jimmy, in another continent.
Yeah.
Riots.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, but those things happen.
And that was, I take it, English football.
Yes, the beginning of the season, in Scarborough versus Wolverhampton. And it was Scarborough's first time in the Football League.
Well, it's a terrible way to debut. But as we get back to play here, Vocaturo to Fabiani. Fabiani maintains control. Oh. And the referee indicates an infraction against Campanolo and awards a free kick to CS. Some disagreement indicated by a few of the spectators who felt that the CS player simply missed the ball and kicked the ground, fell down.
I think the referee gave him a benefit of the doubt and just gave a free kick, and that was it. And I think it's...
Rob McTaggart beats his man, coming forward. Long shot, well wide of the net, from about 40 yards out. And Rob has a powerful shot, but he had at least 4 players up with him in support.
Yeah, he could have laid it off and got it back again and got even further in still, maybe up to even to the 18-yard line, and got even a better shot away. But he has got a good shot, and he will give him trouble if he got it on the net. So, anyway, it's worth a try. Maybe catch the goalkeeper sleeping, and which happened to the Scots goalkeeper.
Exactly. And that was from a much worse angle and equally far out.
Yeah.
Scarcelloni challenged by D'Agostino, but comes forward off Cacciati. Todd Damon is there for Toyota, challenged by Scott McCoshen. Free kick awarded to Team Toyota. McCoshen taking his time moving away from that ball. Campanolo gets ahead to it, but Anselmo is there. Clears it. Sweeper Gonko chips it forward. Anselmo once again. Smartelli running onto that ball for Toyota. DiGiacomo with the cross on a quick turn. Usiltalo out as Cacciati came in. And Cacciati is down. Hopefully he's not seriously hurt. And Nick D'Agostino coming off the bench with, once again, the water bucket.
Yeah, the magic.
Maybe the magic sponge too.
Magic sponge too, for sure. And but the man just had the wind knocked out of him, and I guess he's given an indirect free kick against the goaltender.
CS not overly pleased with that call, obviously, and this is shouldn't be taken from that position. The new rule is
it should be taken right on the 6-yard line. If it's the infraction inside the box, it should be at right angles to the goal line on the 6-yard line. It should never be taken there.
Well, CS has got its wall set up. Toyota aligning its players for this effort. And referee DiPaolo making sure that the 10 yards is being conceded where it's possible. Off the post, on the shot.
Is that halftime, I think he's called, or? Yes, he's called halftime.
And at halftime, the score, Team Toyota 0, C.S.Italia no score in senior men's soccer action from Queens Athletic Field. And we'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
And neither team can really get any offense going at all. But if I was the coach of Toyota, and if you've got 4 midfielders you're playing against, I would play on the wings. I'd get that wide open and eliminate the 2 midfielders in the centre of the field, and play to the wings. Open the game up and see and try it out there.
All right, Castillo for CS, into the box. McTaggart gets ahead to it. Frank Cristo coming out for Toyota. Cristo challenging Sindori there. Sindori with the ball. Off Cristo into touch, and we'll have a throw in taken by Danielle Sindori into Pisani. Pisani trying to turn. No call there. Owen Turner not too happy on that set of circumstances, but Toyota comes forward once again. And we're into touch. C.S.Italia, Vocaturo for CS, taking this throw in. Nobody moving for CS off the ball. Crispo and pushed forward, but sweeper Bob Gonco is there. Turns on that ball as he's challenged by Sindori, plays it to Cristo. Cristo playing it back to Gonco. Some coolness there, but potentially dangerous. DiGiacomo Antonio brings that ball down for Toyota, challenged by Giros, maintains control. Switching the field of play over to Palladino. Palladino chests it down, chips it forward for Todd Damon, and there's Nick D'Agostino to John Martelli. Martelli lining up a shot, and an excellent save there by keeper Usiltalo on a great shot, and good build-up from Team Toyota.
Yes, and you notice it all came from the wings, and they got the ball, switched the play, and that's what has to be done to beat this 4 men in the midfield. You have to spread it around, switch play.
Scott McCaution coming forward, challenged. Caution once again, but Palladino comes away with it. Infraction indicated by referee DePaulo, and we'll have a free kick awarded to Team Toyota. McCaution and Team Toyota player got the feet tangled up there. Frank Cristo into DiGiacomo Antonio, back to Cristo. Cristo slips on the turf. Into touch, and we'll have a CS throw in. It's one of the problems, I guess, with the fields these days, Jimmy, that we haven't had the opportunity to water them, so they're quite hard and they're a little slick.
Yeah, with the restrictions in watering, it's made it really slippery.
Scarcelloni off his line for Team Toyota. Plays it out to Bob Gonco. Gonco on the far wing for Palladino. Palladino gets it, keeps it in play for Campanolo. Challenged by Vocaturo. Yeah, and Nick D'Agostino right across the goal mouth, but over the goal line, and we'll have a goal kick awarded to C.S.Italia. But again, a good break on the far wing.
This is where they have to go. They have to beat this, get away from playing in the midfield and get the wings going, and that's the only way they're going to break this C.S.Italia defense.
Well, I see that Toyota's added to its bench. Don Johnson is dressed now, and we may see him later in the second half. And there's some speed wherever you want to put it.
You put him in the left wing and tell him to get going. Use his jets, and away he goes.
Sindori to Castillo. Castillo chips it forward for Scott McCaution. Caution challenged there by Palladino. Tries to make the cross, but looked more like an errant shot. Over the goal line, and we'll have a goal kick to be taken by Team Toyota. And as Jimmy's been pointed out, Toyota's found it necessary to try and change the style of play to break through this incredibly stubborn C.S.Italia defensive style of play. Yeah, they've had 2 good scoring opportunities in the last 5 minutes. Owen Turner to Palladino, but Castillo is there. Good control for McCaution. McCaution on the far wing. Plays it back. McTaggart challenging in the air, but CS has it. Try to change the field of play. Offside indicated by linesman Joey Presta, and whistled down by referee Angelo DePaulo. Gonco a little more quickly takes that free kick. DiGiacomo Antonio there, lovely play to beat his player, challenged by Vocaturo.
Nice ball.
Lovely ball through for Campanolo, trying to run onto that ball. But Frank Anselmo's back, he's limping. But gets it back to his keeper, who plays it back out to Anselmo, back to keeper Usiltalo, and Terry Usiltalo with the clearance. Not too much distance on this one. Giros gets his head to it. Owen Turner for Toyota. DiGiacomo challenged by Giros. Giros challenged by DiGiacomo, who puts it into touch, and we'll have a C.S.Italia throw in. Toyota getting a little more of an edge in territorial play in this half, but still no score. Keeper Usiltalo, one beautiful save on an excellent play about 2 minutes ago to keep CS even with Toyota, as we have a bit of a wave going amongst a few of the fans. And we'll have a free kick to be taken by Pino Vocaturo for C.S.Italia. For Castillo on the edge of the 18-yard box, on the far side. Palladino out there challenging. Castillo comes forward. He's going to have the cross. Good ball, but sweeper Gonco gets to it. That bicycle kick, no trouble at all for keeper Scarcelloni. Gathers it in, and a long clearance. D'Agostino judges it, and it's off the head of CS player, played back to keeper Usiltalo, taking his time, and proceeds with the clearance. Cassidy on McTaggart. Ball comes through, and over the goal line. Corner kick awarded, or excuse me, a goal kick, I believe, awarded to C.S.Italia on the play.
There seems to be quite much one-way traffic meantime, but they have to capitalize on all the chances they get. That ball was just a wee bit strong and going through.
Fabiani with the goal kick. McCaution to Pisani. Pisani's good skills there. Challenged by McTaggart. McTaggart comes away with it. Plays it back to Owen Turner to Cristo. Cristo maintaining control. Owen Turner to DiGiacomo. Martelli challenging Fabiani. Martelli coming forward. And Fabiani gets it to Danielle Sindori to Mike Cassidy. Referee indicates play on. Campanolo there, but Sindori takes it away from him. Cassidy trying to play the ball through the middle for McCaution, but Gonco to McTaggart, to Todd Damon. D'Agostino there. Challenged by Castillo. Castillo coming forward, challenged by Palladino. Palladino and Castillo on the far wing. Into touch, and we'll have a CS free kick, it looks like, awarded by referee Angelo DiPaolo. CS, low kick. Giros mishits, offside indicated by linesman Joey Presta, and we'll have another free kick awarded to Team Toyota. Giros mishit that ball completely.
Well, there's no player seems to have taken over this game at all, put his name on this game. It just seems to be, they're just passing the ball around and nothing seems to be happening. Somebody has to take control of this game and get something going for one side or the other.
Fabiani for Vocaturo on the throw-in. Vocaturo heads it to Giros, but McTaggart is there for Toyota. Martelli challenged by Giros. Dangerous play indicated by the referee, and we'll have free kick awarded to Toyota. Toyota players moving forward. Bob Gonco into the 18-yard box. Vocaturo can't clear. DiGiacomo's got a good shot. Coming forward. Bit of a scramble. Frank Cristo there for Toyota. Tried to chest that ball down and hit it on the volley. Unsuccessful, well wide of the net. And we'll have a CS goal kick upcoming in just a moment. Well, I guess next week, Jimmy, or upcoming this week, is the beginning of the Carling O'Keefe tournament,
Yeah.
and in which it appears the competition is going to be very keen, because certainly the teams that were in the bottom of the table at the beginning of the season have been playing much, much better and doing extremely well against both Team Toyota and the Flyers recently.
Yeah, well, the setup, as far as I know, is next Saturday, and it is, I think, the Flyers versus Team Toyota, and the other pair up is C.S.Italia versus Adria. And both games should be very close. And like the last time that Adria played Team Toyota, they took them to penalty kicks, I think, or was it overtime? I think it was overtime. And it was just about the last minute overtime when they scored.
Well,
So the teams have leveled off quite considerably since the beginning of the season. It's maybe a sign of fitness too. Some teams were fitter quicker than the others.
and the lights go on at Queen's Athletic Field. The ball's pushed through to keeper Scarcelloni for Team Toyota. Long clearance. Looking for Campanolo. Misjudges completely. Mike Cassidy for CS, challenged by Martelli. And the referee indicates an infraction against Martelli and awards a free kick to C.S.Italia. And one thing I do notice that a few of the CS players who've been out there all game are starting to look a little tired,
Well,
Jimmy.
like I said before, I've seen you've only got three men on the bench. Somebody came later on, but that will be a factor by the last 20 minutes for sure. You're going to see them wear them down quite a bit. It's very humid out there, and it takes a lot of strength out of you.
Pino Vocaturo there. Giacomo Antonio gets ahead to it. Fabiani for Castillo. Beats Palladino. Castillo with the ball. Maintaining control to Frank Anselmo. Anselmo coming forward from a sweeper position. Long shot, but well high, and once again we see Frank Anselmo limping back. His right thigh fairly heavily taped.
Well, if they lose him, that's a big loss. They'll be hoping he's going to be able to stick it out to the 90 minutes anyway. There seems to be some movement in the Toyota bench, and looks as though there's going to be some changes.
Well, both Donovan Johnson and Mario D'Agostino warming up on the sidelines. So we may see some substitutions for Team Toyota in just a moment. Into touch, and we'll have a CS throw in. So far, apart from a few nice plays that produced opportunities to score, play's been extremely ragged throughout the game, Jim.
It's been very, actually, it hasn't been a very good game to tell the truth. It's just everything has been being played in the middle, and they should be spreading out in the wings. But when you get a team that's playing very defensive like C.S.Italia has been doing, you have to be patient and just break it down. Eventually, keep going at it.
And the referee pushing the Team Toyota substitutes back off the edge of the field. And an infraction indicated by referee Angelo DiPaolo, a push called on Nick D'Agostino. And, no, I take it back. It looks indicating it went into touch because he awarded a throw in. Cristo there. Infraction indicated. Sindori on Cristo, and we'll have a free kick awarded to Team Toyota. To Rob McTaggart. McTaggart moving through in midfield. Plays it to Martelli. Martelli once again in midfield for Nick D'Agostino. Vocaturo to Sindori. Martelli here. Challenged by Sindori. Scarcelloni gets a foot to it. And Sindori once again. Sindori trying to change the field of play, but Cristo gets ahead to it for Toyota. But right back to Sindori, who chips it forward. Pisani trying to run onto that ball. Plays it on the far wing for Castillo. Good control for Pisani. And over the goal line indicated by the linesman, Joey Presta, and so we'll have a Team Toyota goal kick. But some good ball movement there, Jim.
Yes, they started moving it around there and tried to switch play. In fact, they put 3 men up in front now. I'm saying, if you could see, they put 3 men up in front. The only thing wrong I could see with them is that they stay all in the centre. They should spread them out a wee bit more and then maybe spread the Toyota defence out for a little more.
Well, we have substitutions all around for Team Toyota. It's Mario D'Agostino, Don Johnson going on. And for C.S.Italia, number 19 and number 10, John Vocaturo going on as Carlos Giros comes off and Scott McCaution takes a break. So some fresh legs out there for both sides. Looks like Donovan Johnson's going to be playing fullback this game. And I believe that when he played for you, Jimmy, that was one of the positions he did play.
Yeah, well, he's playing up front actually here.
Oh,
He's
excuse me, I'm going
he's
the
playing
wrong
up.
way.
He's playing in a striker position there. I guess they're going to try and use his speed to beat the defense there. They see that Frank Anselmo is limping there, and maybe they put somebody fast on there to maybe catch him on a turn.
And offside indicated, and free kicked, taken, played back to keeper Usiltalo, who will be clearing the ball. Frank Cristo to Dino Cacciati. Cacciati plays it back to Cristo. Cristo shielding that ball, plays it back to his keeper. Off the head of Mike Cassidy into touch, and we'll have a Team Toyota throw in. Looks like Frank Cristo has come forward to take this throw in for Team Toyota. Owen Turner moving, gets ahead to it, flicks it forward. Pino Vocaturo there for CS. Vocaturo, the high clearance. Owen Turner gets his head to it once again. And Don Johnson on the turn. No one there to run onto that ball, and if it was a shot, it was certainly well wide.
I think he just didn't control it at all. I think he tried to put a wee bit ahead of him, but he put too much weight on it, and away it went.
And again, I see some Sindori moving forward for CS.
And he's playing up there with the last man, Bob Gonko.
But I noticed nobody on the near wing for CS, Jim.
They're playing one wing. They're playing up the left wing, and maybe trying to switch it over here. Maybe that's where Daniele is supposed to take the sweeper. Maybe that's their idea.
John Vocaturo there. Cassidy looking for it, but into touch. Quickly taken by Cacciati. Fabiani gets ahead to it. Johnson to head to it. Controls for Martelli. Martelli looking for some support. Comes through the two defenders. Good move there. Challenged by Vocaturo. And Vocaturo concedes a corner kick.
Timely interception. He was through.
Vocaturo demonstrating that speed can allow one to recover.
Exactly.
We're 20 minutes into this second half of this still a scoreless game between Team Toyota and C.S.Italia. Into the box, but Fabiani there. Two clear, C.S.Italia. No serious problems in dealing with that corner kick.
I can't understand why they take a corner kick so low like that, and they've got so many tall players in the back there. They have to get it up there.
Giacomo Antonio shielding that ball. Pisani comes forward, but Owen Turner is there. Cristo, Cassidy intercepts. Laying it up the near wing for Sindori, but into touch, Owen Turner. With the throw in for Team Toyota. Long throw in looking for Martelli, but Vocaturo came back a long way to control. Cleared out into the 18-yard box area. Giacomo Antonio challenged by Cassidy. Cassidy comes away with that ball. Plays it forward. Cristo is there, controls the ball, brings it down. Tries to switch the field of play, but Castillo there for C.S.Italia. Castillo plays it forward. Damon challenges there, and Palladino for Don Johnson. Don Johnson coming through. Off Vocaturo. Johnson recovers for Team Toyota. Johnson to Martelli. Fabiani clears that ball into touch, and we'll have a Team Toyota throw in.
I think he's given an offside call. I think Pietro D'Angelo called in the offside, so I think we're getting an offside call.
And taking the free kick, C.S.Italia, played back to keeper Usiltalo, who picks the ball up and clears it well downfield. 5 Toyota players there surrounding 3 C.S.Italia players. Mario D'Agostino there for Don Johnson.
That was just about 6 inches out.
Toyota putting on considerably more pressure in the last little while. Significant territorial edge in play, and I think in part it may reflect simply the leg situation. But
exactly. This is where you need the bench, and as you see the difference between the two benches, there's 3 to 5, and it does make a difference in weather like this when you get this humidity.
Palladino there for Toyota to sweeper Bob Gonco. Looking forward to Giacomo Antonio, gets ahead to it. That's Todd Damon for Toyota with the throw in. Off the head of John Vocaturo of CS, and once it will repeat the entire effort. Damon once again. Don Johnson there for Toyota. Shielding the ball to Damon. On the wing to Palladino. Palladino into the middle for Mario D'Agostino. Chips it for Palladino, but a little too much on the ball. Palladino couldn't run onto it.
Well, it must be a wee bit frustrating for Coach Walter Micheluti with all the offense he's had and really nothing to show for it.
Well, obviously, this I think is likely to be a 1-0 game, unless we end up like the Glasgow game just a little while ago, where we had 3 goals in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. But the last 20 minutes, I think, will determine the game here.
Don Johnson coming forward for Toyota, long shot with the left foot, high and wide, and into the parking lot. So we'll resume play with the new ball. Coach Micheluti sending one out for keeper Usiltalo so we can restart. Referee once again making sure this ball is appropriate for play in this game. And Pino Vocaturo to take this goal kick for CS. Dino Cacciati challenged by CS. Coming forward. Owen Turner is there. Cleared, long ball once again. Bob Gonco gets ahead to it. CS trying to come forward. Gonco there. Todd Damon to Palladino to Cacciati. Cacciati. Lovely ball for Todd Damon. Damon for Mario D'Agostino. D'Agostino and Frank Anselmo is there to put that ball into touch. Allow his players to get back and get their defense.
It's just a simple thing of reading the play, and he just been able to knock the ball into touch and allow his players to get back and regroup.
It's one thing I do notice with CS, they don't do anything fancy.
No.
They simply clear the zone as quickly as they can, and usually it's one shot or one kick and the zone is cleared.
And they clear right out, yeah.
Anselmo there, and there's the clearance once again. Damon being challenged, heads it forward, and Cataldo Scarsoloni of CS puts the ball into touch, and so we'll have a Team Toyota throw in on the far wing. Don Johnson looking for Palladino into touch, and linesman Pietro D'Angelo indicates a C.S.Italia throw in. We have only about 20 minutes left of play in this game, and apart from one excellent scoring opportunity and a good save by keeper Usiltalo,
There hasn't been much, and the goalkeeper's almost been unemployed.
it's been very much a defensive struggle, no question. Certainly in the second half, Toyota has come forward. They've certainly had the edge in play in terms of territory and in terms of ball control and possession, but they've only had the one good scoring opportunity.
And as you said before, this is maybe just a 1-0 game, or it's going to stay as it is, a stalemate.
Jim, perhaps you could explain to the viewers what happens if we do run into overtime here, if the game remains scored.
Well, this is a league game and this does not go to overtime. This is a league game.
So the tie will stand as a 0-0
90
tie.
minutes. 90 minutes, is that's all. If it remains a tie, it stays a tie, and they get a point apiece. That's all.
Oh, an offside indicated by the linesman there, and certainly the
I would question that call.
Toyota bench didn't agree, and some C.S.Italia fans thought it was a marvelous call. So
I would like to see a replay of that one.
and the referee indicating Toyota players on the bench and staff, Coach Micheludi and assistant coach Harry Vaught, manager George McDonald, keep it down. Pino Vocaturo, flicked on by Pisani, but Todd Damon is there to Cristo. Cristo looking for some support. Cacciati pushes it forward to Cristo. Martelli to Cristo. Cristo once again. Good ball for Mario D'Agostino. He's got some support. Don Johnson with the cross, looking for Cristo. He's come up from his fullback position, gets ahead to it on the bar. And Scarcelloni gets ahead to it. Todd Damon once again, and referee has indicated handball somewhere in the play and awards a free kick to C.S. Italia, but an excellent play by Team Toyota. Some good ball movement there, and Frank Cristo coming forward from his fullback position, got ahead to it, made an excellent header off the bar.
And it all resulted from wing play, which we've been trying to see what's get them moving in the wing, and the ball hit the underside of the crossbar and came straight down. So a lot of people thinking it was a goal, but I think the linesman was right there to see that and indicated play on, and as did the referee.
Giacomo Antonio to Todd Damon, who plays it back to his keeper. Marino Scarcelloni throws it out to Frank Cristo. Frank Cristo coming forward, plays the ball to John Martelli. Team Toyota coming forward. Vocaturo clears for Pisani. Pisani doesn't have much in the way of support up there. Challenge from behind by Cristo, and referee Angelo DiPaolo whistles it down and awards the free kick to C.S. Italia. Pino Vocaturo marches the ball up an extra 3 or 4 yards. Plays the ball on the ground to Frank Anselmo, who's moved up from the sweeper position. He's being challenged by Cristo, beats Cristo, chance for the cross here, but wasted effort.
I think with being injured there, I think he was off balance when he take that turn, and I fail to see why he should be able to take in these runs up here when he seems to be in trouble, and I think he would be best to keep as much of his energy to keep it at the back and play the sweeper position and let the others run, because he's going to wear himself a wee bit.
And substitutions by both teams once again. Team Toyota changing 3 players as Martelli and Don Johnson come off. And I believe Dino Cacciati also came off. And Scott McCaution back in for C.S. Italia to run up front. Back keeper Usiltalo there, no trouble. Controls the ball, picks it up as Nick D'Agostino goes into challenge. See Renato Nicolucci, Rob McTaggart back in for Team Toyota. So Coach Micheludi is obviously going for the experience here as opposed to the youth and the legs.
Yes, he has to do something, because really, they had that shot hit the underside of the bar, but they've only had really 2 good chances, and that's not enough for the advantage they've had in the play.
Well, Jim, you've commented earlier in the season about the substitutions and your feelings in terms of the number of substitutions that should be made at any one time. And I noticed that Toyota substitutes quite frequently, 3 players at a time.
I'm not really in agreement with that this time. I would, 2 at the most, that I would substitute at one time. Because my own idea about that is you maybe upset the rhythm of the play if you put three players and they maybe have to switch positions also. So I prefer maybe 2. I would like to switch 2 at each time, and that's all. Any more than 2, I think you're maybe upsetting the rhythm of play.
Well, Cristo coming forward for Toyota, keeps that ball low, looking for Palladino in the middle, but Pino Vocaturo is there, challenged by McTaggart. McTaggart pushes off, gets away with it. Mario D'Agostino there. Owen Turner for Toyota, plays it to Todd Damon on the far wing. Damon challenged by McCaution. Damon for Marino Di Giacomantonio. Looks like a handball.
Yes.
Infraction indicated by linesman Pietro D'Angelo there. And so we'll have a free kick taken by CS. It's Castillo for CS. Castillo looking for Sindori, but Cristo gets ahead to it. Fair bit of power behind that. Fabiani there lets it go into touch. CS throw in. Plays it back to keeper Usiltalo. One gets the impression that CS would now be satisfied with a tie.
I think they were satisfied with tie the first 5 minutes. I think they're there to hold, and that's what they're doing. They're doing a very good job of it, actually. And if they get a goal, I'm saying Toyota would be in dire trouble.
Well, certainly if CS maintains the same style of play as they've been playing so far and is able to get a goal on a break. Toyota, Owen Turner to Marino Di Giacomantonio to Palladino in midfield. Palladino, players everywhere, plays the ball through the middle, goes right through. Coach Micheludi not too happy with that play. There were lots of red shirts forward. Put the ball harmlessly through to keeper Usiltalo. High clearance, Nicolucci there, challenged by Sindori. Sindori gets ahead to it, flicks it into touch, and we'll have a Toyota throw in. Cristo plays it back to his keeper, Marino Scarcelloni. We'll have a long clearance here. Looking for Di Giacomantonio. Nick D'Agostino gets ahead to it. Mario D'Agostino there. Heads it down. Challenged by Pino Vocaturo. Comes away with that ball. Played back. Di Giacomantonio there. He's got an excellent shot. Low ball, not too much power on it, and no problem for keeper Usiltalo, who was well positioned to gather it up.
That was a mistake by the fullback. There, he should have put that ball into touch. He got himself into a bit of trouble. He should have put it into touch and be able to regroup. He just gave away the ball instead.
Throw in indicated by the referee. And Todd Damon is there for Team Toyota. To Danny Palladino. Danny plays it to Marino Di Giacomantonio. Di Giacomantonio coming forward quickly. Has some support. Lays it off for Palladino. Palladino. Sindori gets a foot on it. Play on, says the referee. Sindori once again out to Castillo. Castillo with a long ball looking for McCaution on the far wing. McCaution is there. He's looking for support. McCaution taking his time, trying to control the ball. Owen Turner takes it away from him, off McTaggart, and once again, Di Giacomantonio coming forward. Lots of room in midfield. Plays the ball through, looking for Nick D'Agostino, but it's cleared to McCaution. McCaution, challenge from behind, maintains control, and plays it back to Pino Vocaturo. Vocaturo, long clearance. Chested down by Rob McTaggart for Toyota. McTaggart has some support, plays it off to Todd Damon on the far side. Damon to Di Giacomantonio. Di Giacomantonio on midfield. To Danny Palladino. Renato Nicolucci making a run here, but the pass was well behind him. Couldn't turn in time and come back to the ball. So we'll have a C.S.Italia throw in with about 10 minutes left in the second half of Senior Men's Soccer League action between Team Toyota and C.S.Italia. Still no score. Only 2 really good scoring opportunities thus far in the game. both by Team Toyota. One off the inside of the post, or the top of the crossbar, I suppose, the bottom of the crossbar.
Yeah, the underside of the crossbar, and it came down and went out.
And the other one, an excellent play, producing a clear shot on goal and a good save by keeper Usiltalo, who positioned himself well. Scott McCoshin substituted here by CS. Mario D'Agostino with a shot. Anselmo gets a foot to it. And Frank Cristo comes forward, challenged from behind by Sindori. Cristo and Sindori. Sindori challenged by Nicolucci, but Sindori maintains control of that ball to Fabiani. Fabiani to Sindori. Sindori running many yards to maintain possession of that ball for C.S.Italia. Sweeper Gonco switching the field of play. Di Giacomo Antonio heads it. Pino Vocaturo gets ahead to it and puts it into touch.
That's a very tired looking C.S.Italia team just now. They look very leg weary now.
Well, certainly, apart from Daniel Sindori and Pino Vocaturo, the 50-50 balls are being won by
their
Toyota.
Like Daniel Sindori took 3 men on there. 3 men had to go for him, so that means he took a lot of time away from him.
Castillo challenged by Palladino. Castillo plays it back to Anselmo. Anselmo clears the zone once again. They're looking for that break. And throw in indicated by the linesman. Todd Damon there for Toyota. Damon into Palladino. Mario D'Agostino for Toyota to Frank Cristo. Cristo to Nick D'Agostino. But once again, Vocaturo is there with the long clearance. Owen Turner. Ball goes into touch, and we'll have a throw-in. The referee is indicating a throw-in to C.S.Italia. I believe, no, he's just asking Toyota to back it up. And so as play resumes, Di Giacomo Antonio looking for Nick D'Agostino. Played back by Cataldo Scarselloni to keeper Usiltalo. And 7 minutes remaining, still no score. Sweeper Gonco to Frank Cristo. Cristo, long ball, looking for Nick D'Agostino. D'Agostino's got some speed, but keeper Usiltalo comes off his line, covers that ball, and throws it out to Roy Fabiani. Fabiani being challenged. Fabiani plays it into the middle. It's a bad play. Di Giacomo Antonio there for Toyota. Lays it off for McTaggart. McTaggart challenged. Into touch. And a throw in.
That was not a very clever play on the part of the fullback there. He put the ball back over across the front of his own goal. He should have maybe put it to touch if he was in trouble and regroup.
Pino Vocaturo gets ahead to it. Scarselloni there, challenged by Mario D'Agostino, and Scarselloni puts it into touch. Toyota coming forward, certainly having the territorial edge in play and a couple of scoring opportunities in the second half, but not able to finish the play off. One of the problems they've had most of this season. And Anselmo gets ahead to it on the throw-in. It's into touch, and we have a C.S.Italia throw-in.
Well, Frank Anselmo has been a standout at the back there. He's really kept that defense together, and he seems to be getting every head ball that goes through.
Done very well for a man who's hurting.
Yeah.
Giacomo Antonio challenged there. Referee indicates free kick to Toyota. McTaggart lets it go through to D'Agostino. He's got a chance. Shot, and it's a goal. Lovely shot on the turn by Nick D'Agostino. Off the hand of keeper Usiltalo and into the top right corner of the net. So with about 5 minutes left in this second half of action, Nick D'Agostino finally breaks the deadlock.
There seemed to be there was a free kick was given, I think, and I think there's a mistake here. I think the free kick was to C.S.Italia.
Well, I thought that's what the ruling
He indicated that. He indicated the free kick to C.S.Italia, but Toyota took the ball, got him through there, but now now he
So
has changed the decision and they carry on with a free kick. So
well, some confusion obviously, but the goal disallowed. CS Italia has the free kick. Into the box. Gonko there. CS trying to do something with the shot. Nicolucci looking for Di Giacomantonio on the far wing. Into touch and a throw in for CS. Castillo there. Castillo for CS. Maybe looking for the long throw in. Gonko is there for Toyota to Rob McTaggart. McTaggart pushes that ball forward. John Martelli is there. Martelli beats Fabiani. Sidori flying back.
should be a
And
free
did
kick
an
right there.
excellent job
Yeah.
of Sidori did an excellent job there of hanging onto the player.
Yeah, yes, well, he slowed him up just that little bit, and he pays for the free kick. Now let's see if they put the free kick up in the air this time for the big fellas at the back. There's four
Well,
standing in a row there. Surely they must find one red shirt.
Toyota has moved everyone forward except the sweeper. So there should be lots of red shirts functioning as targets. And referee Angelo DiPaolo insisting that that wall be 10 yards from the ball. And cleared by Anselmo once again. And Sidori puts the ball into touch. Throw in awarded to Team Toyota. But there's Anselmo with another ball in the air clearing
Exactly,
the zone.
he's won most of them. I would say he won 90% of them. Any balls going through, his head's got to it.
Well, it's been an excellent combination in the back four. Vocaturo with the speed and Anselmo in
Exactly.
the air. It's
It's
worked
been
extremely well.
very good combination.
And punched away by the keeper, but back. Chance here. CS moving forward, trying to play the offside trap. Nicolucci for Toyota. Lovely play, good skill. Todd Damon gets ahead to it. McTaggart is there, plays it back. Nick D'Agostino with a shot and a beautiful
wonderful
save by
save.
keeper Usiltalo.
That's why he won that trophy last year, for simply doing exactly what he did there. That's why he was voted the best goaltender last year, for saves like that. That was a goal all the way until he got his fingertips to it.
Stretched himself out, got his hands on that ball and deflected it. Low corner once again, but off Cassidy this time over the goal line, so Toyota will get another chance. And this is about the fifth or sixth, at least our time that we've seen Toyota, which has the height advantage, playing that ball on the ground.
I can't believe it, to tell the truth.
But Toyota has everybody forward with the exception of the sweeper. This time it's in the air. Mario D'Agostino gets ahead to it, but can't direct it anywhere near the net, and we'll have a goal kick to be taken by CS Italia. One of the CS players is down.
Angelo Anselmo's down again. So
yeah, that's young Frank Anselmo, who Jimmy has spoken of many times during this game. Played extremely well, been very strong in the air. And we're at about the 44-minute mark. That is about 1 minute left to go in the second half of this game. No score. One goal scored by Toyota, but improperly done on a free kick that was awarded to CS Italia and taken by Team Toyota, called back by the referee. So CS Italia 0 and Team Toyota no score at about the 89-minute mark of this senior men's soccer game.
now Team Toyota has a habit of coming in the last 2 minutes. They've won a few games in the last 2 minutes in the game.
Well, we have a number of people attending too, Mr. Anselmo. Hopefully it's as much fatigue as anything more serious. He certainly run several miles.
Well, he's up on his feet now anyway, so that's one thing.
And it's interesting that in soccer of this caliber, the estimates are that the average player runs between, I think it is 4 and 5 kilometers. Excuse me, 8 and 10 kilometers in the course of a game.
It would be.
And that's a fair bit of exercise, no matter. In fact, some of the recent studies have indicated that soccer is probably the most healthful or best sport in terms of fitness because it does exercise all of the muscle groups of the body. It certainly requires mental decision making frequently on the game. It requires stop and starting, overcoming inertia. Excellent conditioning sport, excellent fitness sport. And one of the other interesting things is we see out here that body type doesn't seem to make that great a difference. That is to say, tall players, short players,
No.
heavy set, and so on.
No.
Even though the ideal player is what, about 5'8", 5'9", Jim?
5'8", 5'9", yeah. Well, I'm 5'3", so that puts me out of that category.
Well, I don't know. I heard that in your day you were quite a player, and they've got Frank Anselmo off the field of play. He's behind the net and still receiving some attention there from hopefully a trainer.
I just hope that they'll be able to get him back on his feet, and because they know.
Pino Vocaturo gets ahead to it. Fabiani challenged there. Martelli back heels it. Coming through with the cross. Deflected. Pisani there for CS. Owen Turner plays it out to Todd Damon on the far wing. Chips it forward. Usiltalo punching it away once again. McTaggart gets ahead to it. It's Mike Cassidy. Off the hand there, but play on. Oh, whistle down by the referee. Off the hand of Giros. And Team Toyota with a free kick. This will be a direct free kick. An opportunity to shoot directly at goal. And normally, Jimmy, you can tell from the referee whether it's direct or indirect, because if the referee holds his hand over his head, it's an indirect free kick.
Yes.
McTaggart to take it. Oh, lovely
nice
ball
play.
through. Lovely play.
Nice play. It just didn't come off, but it was well worked. Well worked.
But again, keeper Usiltalo alert to the
Yeah.
action there. He came off his line. He saw as soon as he saw what was unfolding and gathered that ball up. But it was an imaginative effort there, and Cristo nearly had a chance. And the linesman indicates a goal kick.
Goal kick, yes.
Toyota calling for corner on that play. John Martelli not too happy with the call, but C.S.Italia taking their time. They're going to be satisfied with a draw in this game. And by my watch, we're into injury time. So we have less than a minute or so left in this game. Certainly in the second half, Team Toyota has controlled and had the chances, but hasn't been able to finish. Keeper Usiltalo has made some beautiful saves, two in particular. McTaggart coming forward, and it's cleared. Corner kick,
I would say this is the last chance for Toyota to get this ball in the net, and with Frank Anselmo missing here, they got a great opportunity, because the only man who's been heading the ball out has been Frank Anselmo, and he's off the field injured.
Well, Toyota's moving players forward once again. This time it looks like the ball's going to come out to the edge of the 18-yard box. Nope, they're moving in now. Players on a run. And whistle the end of the game by referee Angelo DiPaolo. The score, Team Toyota 0, C.S.Italia no score. And I'd like to thank my expert commentator, Jimmy McPherson, for being with me. I'm Bob Segsworth, thanking you for watching Senior Men's Soccer action on TV7, your community sports channel. Good night.
Sudbury Community Television.